Good morning, everybody, especially our dear Salesian educators and also our dear Biscayans. Today is September 9, and it's a good way to tell everybody that the college department is now on its last week for the third term of last school year. And I do teach them, a group of them, Salesianity, and the course is entitled DB 100, St. John Bosco and the Preventive System. And one of the things that I deal with with this topic on the preventive system, which is their final topic for this week, is Salesian Assistance. Well, for those who are in Don Bosco, who are part of the Salesian family, who have been trained as Salesian educators, they know very well this term, Salesian Assistance. It is part of the Salesian jargon that there is, that when you say you assist or mag-assist ka, no, they would know what to do. To assist comes from, it's not the English word that we normally use, but it comes from the Italian assistere, and that is to be there. And that's why in the picture you see a Salesian educator assisting the young people. Actually, that was taken some years ago. That's Ma'am Annette together with a group of high school students. And she is assisting, as is the verb used when we see Salesians or Salesian educators or lay leaders among young people, just being with them, playing in the games, or sometimes just being there, standing, talking to the young people, or maybe helping out with their lessons. It's each in its own way an assistance, being there for the young people. And I'd like to focus on this. I do remember that I was the one who reported on this when I was a novice on the Salesian Constitution, so it applies to the Salesians. Of course, it could also be applied to Salesian educators. When we speak about, this is Article 39 of our Constitution, Salesians of Don Bosco, the title of which is Assistance as an Attitude and Method. So assistance as an attitude and method. And I'd like to read it because it's a very beautiful article. The practice of the preventive system demands a fundamental disposition on our part, an empathy with the young and the willingness to be with them. Here in your midst, I feel completely at home. For me, living means being here with you. And that's a quote from the biographical memoirs of St. John Bosco, Volume 4, page 455, that quote from Don Bosco. And I continue. We are actively present among youth in brotherly friendship, helping them in their efforts to grow in what is good, and encouraging them to cast off every form of slavery, so that their weakness may not be overcome by evil. And this presence affords us a true understanding of the world of the young and unites us with them in all the healthy aspects of their restless energy. And as I said, this article could be very well applied to our lay Salesian educators. You know, this is a very important aspect of the preventive system of St. John Bosco. And what is there in it? A fundamental disposition, an empathy with the young. You know, empathy is something very profound. When we, for example, condole with other people when they have lost a loved one, we say, you know, my sympathies. And we are sympathetic to people, meaning that we have the same sentiments as they have when they are sad, or maybe even when they have other sentiments. But empathy is deeper, that you feel very much what that person feels, that you are with them, that you're willing to join them in what they're experiencing. And this is what we do when we have our apostolate with young people, and we are willing to be with them. We have that term among ourselves, not to waste, in quote unquote, to waste time with the young. Of course, in the end, at the end of the day, it's not a waste of time, but to use that one, that maybe for other people, they would see us just whiling away our time with the young, but for us, it's something important, wasting time with them. It's actually willingness to be with them. And here in your midst, I feel completely at home, said Don Bosco. For me, living means being here with you. That the vocation of the Salesian is somehow crowned. It comes from God. It is crowned by being with the young. It's the essence of their life. One would not be a Salesian if he is not with and for the young. And so in the future, I would dwell with this in a deeper fashion, but I would just like to reiterate that title that it has, Assistance as an Attitude and Method, that it should come from the heart of the Salesian educator. I want to be with the young. It's not an appendix, but it's how to be with the young. And I'd like to end it in this way, you know. This year is quite odd for all of us. It's a new way of doing things, that the young people who are under our care are not with us physically, and therefore gives us a challenge. How do we do Salesian assistance in this time of the pandemic, in this time of education without that face-to-face aspect of it? How do we assist? And I have challenged the Salesians in my community, also including our practical trainees, of course, that in their teaching, of course, that is one way of meeting the young, but how do they do assistance? How do they exercise preventive system? It's a challenge that I extend to the other Salesian educators, that your assistance goes beyond that asynchronous or synchronous contact with the young. How else would you be able to reach them? And so I'd like to wish you all the best in this new normal of the preventive system. How do we assist? Even though the means of doing it, the method of doing it may be quite different, that attitude remains in us, that we have to be there, we have to be present, we have to assist the young. God bless you all and have a great day.